Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for anyone that lands on this. Okay? That also means whenever you land on it, because this is going to be a timeless reading. Now know that energy is fluid, so rules could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Never force anything. Okay? Now anything of any relevance to the channel you can find in the description box below. Now if you resonate with this video, please like, share, subscribe. And if you want to enter into winning a free psychic reading with me, all you need to do is write the word of the day. So today's word is going to be manifestation. You'll put that in your comment bar. You'll know if I chose you if there's a comment underneath your comment that says winner. If there is, just reach out to me at pureenergyhealer70@gmail.com so we can set up a good time to do your free reading. All readings, all giveaways, whether I'm giving away an oracle system, whether I'm giving away a crystal, whether I'm giving away a free reading, whatever it is always done live. This way it's, can grow the community, and it's going to be most beneficial for everyone that's involved, especially if it's a reading, right? If it's a reading, readings go to who needs to hear the message, and usually it's more than one person. All right, now without further ado, we always look at the spiritual energy first using my deck, the Psychic Soul Healer deck. Now, if you're interested in purchasing a Psychic Soul Healer Oracle system that actually comes with, I don't have it here, but it comes with a big workbook. And the workbook has over 100 different exercises for healing the shadow aspects of ourselves. And you can find the link right underneath the welcome video on the front page of my YouTube page. All right. You can also find merchandise in my merchandise link. And if you don't want to go through YouTube, you can find it on my website. My website link is on there, my Amazon store, or whatever. There's plenty of ways you can find it. All right. Now, if you're someone that suffers from a lot of trauma, again, and has been affected by the effects of trauma, and you're looking to heal yourself, you might want to consider purchasing one of my subscriptions for healing the shadow. And the reason why is because when we're healing the shadow, you have to do it on a regular basis. It's not like it's a one-hit wonder, because our emotions are usually, our traumas usually have many layers of emotions. And it's like peeling an onion a lot of times with healing, and all the time, your body is the mind's faithful servant. So your mind can know that certain things are, healed, but your body may still respond to that trauma. So it's really essential to do the work to help you recondition your body, mind, and to heal your spirit. All right, now without further ado, let's look at the spiritual energy between you and your person. We're looking at what's the connection, what are the spiritual blocks, what are the behaviorisms, what are the triggers, and then obviously what they're going to do. What is their intention, and how you should balance out this situation, because every relationship has imbalances. I mean, you don't get a person that's identical like you. And even if you did, you probably wouldn't like that person. That person would trigger you. So, that's why they say your soulmate, your twin flame is your other half, and they trigger you. Well, there's a lot of mirroring that goes on within these relationships, and they are divine relationships. They're divine relationships to help you grow, heal, evolve. And that would not happen unless we actually got triggered, got mad, had to look at it, had to work through the emotion, the feeling, and then integrate it to see why we felt that way and and heal ourselves. Maybe do something that's going to counteract that energy. Okay. Again, self-denial. First card out, self-denying. Cruel. Self-critical. I'm all over the place. Okay. Think of these. I just wanted to jump all over the place tonight. I don't know what the heck is going on. I think I'm just tired. All right. Timelessness. Okay, so automatically I'm feeling like you're in a relationship with somebody that is not giving you anything, is well, so denying themselves. And they are because they don't feel good about themselves. They're sitting there beating themselves up because again, they're self-critical. And mainly because someone at what sometime in their life was very cruel to them, but they are like taking on that persona and doing it to themselves and keeping them stuck. So again, I'm feeling like you're connected to someone that isn't giving you anything. We're in separation and they are really thinking about their life. They're thinking about how they treat people. They're thinking about how they treated you. They're just beating themselves up though. And I feel as if it's because they are surrounded by people that don't treat them well and they stay in this environment, and in order to stay in the environment, they have to go against what they want, who they are, their truth, and they have to kind of live shady. So it's again tactlessness. So this connection is a timeless connection. This is a soulmate connection that you have with your person. However, they're not with you, and they're not with you because of either a one person or an entire family. I feel like it's a person that maybe not where they were married to this person, but the person has a lot of influence over them, and that person keeps them in a very low vibration, keeps them, feeling bad about themselves, feeling like they're worthless. They're just, again, the cruelness that your person, the person that you're connected to, puts on themselves, feel like they also kind of projected that energy onto you. And it's because they're denying themselves. They want to have a connection with you, but they also don't because they don't like who they are. They can't because they don't live the life that they've shown you. So, for many different reasons, this person is stuck. And what they need to do is they need to heal themselves first. And they would have to heal themselves by, yes, looking at themselves and observing themselves without being critical. Because when we're critical, it means that we have judgments. And when we have judgments, it keeps us blocked within a limited perception of ourselves. And when we do that, then we are going to come from um, a lower type of consciousness. We're always going to see things that we have to, like we're coming from a survival perspective because we're being cruel to ourselves. So being cruel is, I can't have, I'm not deserving, I'm not good enough. So I'm going to deny myself, but no one can deny themselves from love. So what this tells me is that even though you're a soulmate, they didn't handle you very well. They handled you badly. And so maybe that could be through ghosting in and out, very short um, spurts of passion, leaving you very confused, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, um, a little bit of gaslighting in order to keep you stuck because of where they are. So this energy is the energy of um, what they've put you through. It's also the type of connection that it is. It is a soul connection, but not all soulmates, twin flames are supposed to be together. Sometimes those relationships come into our lives to teach us. And if you're sticking around someone that is mean to themselves, you know that they're not going to be nice to you. And unless they work through their shadows, their spiritual blocks, they will continue to be because they're living more from their mask, who they want you to perceive they are, not really who they are. So that's important to know. Now, the hidden truths, because just because you see this doesn't necessarily mean that they might be madly in love with you, just not know how to articulate and communicate, or they might not like you at all. Might say, well, I liked you, but you trigger me too much, and I just don't want this. Or I feel like it would be too much work to fix it, which I feel like when I see this energy of people that like to stay around people that don't treat them well, the reason why they stay there is because they're lazy. They don't want to do the work. And they don't want to be uncomfortable, even though they are uncomfortable. But it's more uncomfortable to go into the unknown than it is to stay where you are, because the unknown is going to, again, make you have courage. It's going to make you build character that obviously isn't there. So this doesn't make your person a bad person, it makes them a weak person. And a weak person is never coming from a good place. Okay, I want you again. So there is a lot of passion. There is a lot of, which that's what I felt, in and out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Obviously, they were in your life because they're attracted to you, because there's a lot of elements about you that they like. The issue is why they run away and they have 1 foot out is because they don't like commitment. They don't like to be settled anywhere. And I feel like it's because they're codependent in a lot of other areas in their life. So, and they also have not had any good experiences within relationships. So they tend to come from more of a passion space. Again, a here for a good time, not for a long time type of energy. But I feel like they couldn't really do that with you. They wanted to do that with you, but they couldn't do that with you because they caught feelings. I wish I had treated you better. Again, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now they're sitting and they're saying, oh, I wish I had treated you better, because I feel like you picked up and you were like, I'm not having this, because, they weren't treating you well and they weren't really doing anything for themselves either. So to make themselves better. So you didn't really see a future with them. You came closer to me than anyone, again, because this is a divine connection. Spirit brought you into their life to show them about themselves. And what they showed them is because they fell for you. Again, you came closer than anyone, like they were actually going to leave. But they did so much to you that they're like, I don't think that you'll ever take me back. I wish I would have treated you better. Though I still am really attracted to you, because we have this timeless connection, and understand they haven't 100% learned the spiritual lesson. So their bond to you is not broken. Now, your bond to them is broken mainly because you learn the spiritual lesson. So they still feel the connection. However, they still would need to get to the root of why they feel more comfortable to stay in this energy, which is that they're detached, that they're not acting on what they want, because they're letting other people influence them. And so they, again, live more from a lower level of consciousness. And they did that to you. And now, unfortunately, they're even more blocked because they're really um, beating themselves up over the fact that they didn't treat you well. How do you feel? How do you feel? What are your hidden truths? Let's see. Because their hidden truths are, again, that they wish they would have treated you better and that you came, well, really close to like to them leaving whatever situation that they're in. I feel like they're stuck in a karmic relationship. I hide behind material things. I feel like that's still them. Why they stay connected to people that are not like really good for them. And I feel like too, maybe because this person didn't give you what you needed, you made up for it by buying yourself things. Because listen, when there's a breakup or when someone hurts us emotionally, it's not uncommon to want to make yourself feel better. Some people drink, some people do drugs, some people go out and buy things. So this could be you, that you, again, when they acted bad, you just, self soothed, but you self soothed through buying things instead of self care, which you really should consider doing self care. My life is not as together as it seems. Yeah, this person didn't really let you come close because they're not really living a life like living the right life, I should say. They're showing you an aspect of their life with only the pretty pictures without the real stuff. So that's the problem. And if they're only breadcrumbing you, they will never let you 100% in. They played a lot of games here. They played a lot of games not necessarily because they wanted to. They played games because they felt they had to, because they don't feel that they're good enough for you. However, they acted arrogant. They pretend that they don't care. They pretend that they're a lot more confident, and they could make you perceive that too, because they're not comfortable with showing their feelings. They don't want to seem vulnerable. So this is what the issue is. Now I'm picking another deck because I kept asking, how do you feel? How do you feel about this? And I kept getting their energy. So I was like, maybe you don't feel anything about them at all anymore. And maybe that's why only their energy is coming out. But just for shit and giggles, let's see what your energy is, because I'm using a different deck. Yeah, like you don't like them. Bad news. Lack of, like, you feel like they have so many bad things. It's not even so much them, but in the fact that they hid the karmic from you and played games, there's trust issues. But then on top of it, now that this person is trying to get away from the karmic is causing a lot of problems. So there's a lot of just where your person doesn't try hard enough to leave. There's a lack of goals, there's a lack of ambition, and possibly because, again, they're saying, well, the material is making up for the emotional connection. So how you soothed yourself, it's like with purchasing things. I believe that they, again, hide behind the material to be like, it's okay that I live this way because everybody thinks that my life looks a lot better than it actually is. Only I know how bad it is. However, you came along, they draw attachment and feelings for you. They don't fall for people. And it made them look at their life. It made them realize I really am like self denying myself. I really like with these superficial relationships that I have to have because I stay connected to this karmic. It really created a lot of problems. And now you're like, well, when you come to me, I don't even know who you're coming to me as, because you only showed me the good parts of your life. You never let me in close enough. You never built that emotional bond with me. However, they did build an emotional bond with you. They just did it in their house thinking about you. See, as much time, energy, focus, and money a person puts into you. Now, this person has been obsessing about you since the day that you walked away. That's a lot of time. So they've built up and they have an emotional connection to you to begin with, because you're a soulmate twin flame. Past life connection is timeless. However, there's even more of a connection now, because so much time has gone by and you cut it, you walked away. You, again, this person's emotionally not capable, doesn't like to show feelings. So they were waiting for you to come back and talk to them. You never did. So now you triggered their sense of abandonment. They actually even like you more. So there's a sense of, again, I wish I would have treated you better. I thought that you were someone else. I thought that you were going to crumble. I thought you were going to lay down and die. It's which is what their karmic does every time that they leave, or every time that they want to change their life, doesn't let them go, which is why they can't stand them, because they keep treating them worse and worse and worse and worse, because they're like, you don't care what I do to you. You just won't let me go. And for a while that was okay, because again, your person hid behind the material, but it's not okay for you, because you don't want to spend your life making up for the fact that you don't emotionally get what you need, and then have to superficially get it by buying things again to make up for it. You don't want that. And this is how you see it. You see that they're a five of pentacles reversed. Just always bad news. That's how you see them, because they don't have their shit together. They didn't let you in, and now your own mind. However, there still is a little bit of unconditional love, like there, because this is a soulmate twin flame relationship. So look, there's a two of cups. So even though, like, right now you don't like this person the way that they are, but you do know that they are a divine connection, you know, because this could be compatible. This could be a happy connection. If there, it used to be a little bit of a happy connection, even though this person, there was always a bond, I should say, but they've always acted shady, underhanded. I don't think that you really knew in the beginning, because there was such a deep connection, and then as time went by you began to see it. However, when we have that connection, there's always a little bit of a desire that we like to hold on to that connection. So that, like, there's a little bit of heart and mind fighting with the heart and mind. It's like your mind says this person's no good. It literally, they're bad news. They have problems now financially. They have problems, like, just making common sense. They don't think about me the way that they should. They don't treat me well. And then on top of it, to make matters worse, I have a two of cups with them. Like, I feel like they are my soulmate. I feel like they are someone that's supposed to be important in my life. And then, yeah, but they were not good. Injustice. Look at this. It's like injustice, karmic retribution, dishonest. So what happened is, it's almost like you're like, I care about them because there is a soulmate past life connection, but I don't trust them, and I can't take them back because of the amount of time, the amount of ghosting, like not wanting to apologize, wanting to elevate themselves, and not playing on even ground, trying to get me to give more. All this time wasted, instead of building a relationship that you're like, I am not, because where was the justice? There was injustice. So the only way I'm going to get justice is if I again say no to you. That's how I'm reading that, because it's like you did what you wanted to do. You did what you wanted to do, and now, yeah, okay, you see, you have feelings for me, but it's like you caused a lot of trust issues. You caused a lot of trust issues. Denial. Yeah, like, and like wouldn't see the truth. Like just rejecting like the good thing, only wanting to see things from their perception. And I think for a while you were in denial because you were like, this is soulmate. I feel the connection. I see the potential. But after a while, we have to get them to a place where we're like, I don't care what the potential is. This is what this person is. It is how they're acting to me is what it is. Haunted. Yeah. Now they're haunted because it's like they stayed in denial for so long, expecting you to come back. And now they're haunted because they, again, said they know that they're going to lose a good thing. They know that they're going to lose a good thing if they already haven't. Which already I'm feeling like for a lot of you, you're like, I'm over it because I'm the person that has to bring justice to this situation in order for me to be okay. So when they come back, I'm going to tell them it's a hard no, is what I'm feeling a lot of you guys are saying, where it's like, yeah, because they wanted you to be submissive. And now it's ironic because when they come back, they're going to try and be submissive. You know what I mean? They wanted you to be submissive to everything. They didn't want you to have your own power. They wanted to again, breadcrumb you, like gaslight you. And they were using this spiritual connection, this beautiful spiritual connection that you two have in order to like manipulate you. And they were really just denying themselves. And now when they come back, because they know that they did that, now they're going to act submissive. So this person, again, lacks balance. They lack the individuality. They're stuck in codependency, or again, just codependency, because a lot of times codependency in the beginning looks like commitment issues. And it's commitment issues because of codependency. So your person loops in their situations. They're in a karmic loop. They get out of one situation, one relationship that's codependent to only wind up back in the same type of relationship. So the relationships never work. So that was another reason why they were comfortable staying in this karmic connection, because they were saying, well, I'm only going to get that again because that's how it is until you came along. They feel like that way that you live in your life, and the fact that you're busy, the fact that you didn't go running after them, the fact that you pretty much was like, nah, this isn't good enough for me, and you cut it, and that you're strong, and the fact that they're so haunted by this, and that they actually think that this could work. Now, is that a little diluted? A little bit, because it's, again, relationships are something that happen over time, and with two people that work in conjunction with each other, there's cooperation, there's compassion, there's forgiveness, there's a lot of elements that, again, of a higher consciousness that you have to have developed in order to have a successful relationship. And I don't feel like your person has, because again, they either come in dominant and expect you to be submissive, or then they come in submissive. And that's very codependent relationship. Like, so everyone needs to play a role, and that's not what it is. That's not a real relationship. Yeah, deceiving. Yeah, because it's, again, they're always plotting, they're always scheming, they're always, because they don't know how to be in a regular relationship. They don't feel safe. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. And sometimes in a relationship, the only way to balance it is to do what you did, which was leave. Because the person would have never looked at their actions. They would have never taken ownership. They would have never felt bad for what they did. You just don't really feel like they feel sorry enough. The chemistry between us is off the charts. So it's again, this is a lot of times again that's the challenge, because when we have a soulmate twin flame karmic, it's not that the chemistry isn't good. The problem is the chemistry is good, the connection is good, the attraction is good, all the physical elements are good. What's not good is the emotional connection, the spiritual connection is not good. Spiritual connection is not good because the person's making you not honor yourself, trying to like tone down what is important to you. If you communication's important and to you, obviously, if you want a good relationship and they don't really, they want to skip all those parts. They just kind of focus on the fantasy element of it because it is there. The key is not to. Right? I mean, that's the problem when we say, "Oh, I met my soulmate, my twin flame. They felt like home. I really felt like they were my person, and then they screwed me over." Well, it's again, they were a karmic mate. They feel a lot like twin flames. They feel a lot like a person that is supposed to be your forever person. The reason why they feel that way is because they're divine connections. They're brought into your life to teach you. And you wouldn't stick around long enough if there wasn't chemistry. So um, they were, again, planning on using that chemistry and that appeal to let lure you in, but that has never worked. It works for everybody else. I'm done playing games. They're going to say that they're done playing games now that they see that every single trick in the book that they have has not worked on you, they're going to be like, I'm done playing games. The problem is, I feel like you're like, I'm done playing games with you because all you do is play games. It's like, so you may be done, but I'm not. I have unwittingly sabotaged our connection. And that is exactly what they did. They have a habit of completely sabotaging the relationship, ruining it by disrespecting, by not emotionally being there, by being detached, by being like avoidable. You know, they don't want to. They don't want to deal with situations, so they avoid. Um, so they deliberately sabotaged the connection only to want to come back and fix it. But it's like at that point, it's like you see a totally different side of them that you're just like disgusted with, because it's like, what was all that? Well, that was their spiritual blocks, that was their insecurity, that was them. But then problem is, it makes you feel like, well, you deliberately sabotaged it. You knew exactly what you did. Now, if I take you back, I feel stupid because you did all this shit to me. Passion. I feel our passion is gone and many things frustrate me about you. This is you about them. You're like, I'm not feeling it with you after everything that you did. And that's what I felt. I felt that beat right before I pulled that card. I said that. It said that, you know, they, by the time they even do this shit, you're like, I'm over it. It's like, because it's a turn off. It's a turn off. So what are you going to do about it? Because just because it's a turn off doesn't mean, again, when it's a soulmate twin flame, or it's like a soulmate, a really past life soulmate, we can get mad and then that for a certain amount of time, and then we notice that we don't stay as angry, and then all of a sudden we begin to miss them. So hopefully that's not going to happen. I'm not going to see cards like that, but it's not uncommon. And understand the reason why that is because your mind is all about survival and it identifies that person with passion. So unless you find another passion, get another passion, find it, like be with somebody else, like, and I'm not saying that that's what a lot of people do. They just go out and find someone else to replace that passion, and then it's just a rebound relationship. What they need to do is go out and find their own passion and fill their own cup up, so that they don't expect another person to give them that all the time, because then that's codependency. And that's why your person doesn't like relationships, because they only get into codependent relationships because they get out, then they get back in. It's like a big merry-go-round. Hermit. Okay, well, now again, your person is in the hermit reverse. They're lonely. They're like, they're going through a dark night of the soul, which they need to do. But it's again, right now, they're more like lonely and paranoid. They feel like everybody knows about them. They feel like no one likes them, mainly because they kept this facade up, and now that life is crumbling. And then again, their connection with you is not good. So it's almost like they just don't feel connected, also because they don't like themselves. And you wouldn't like yourself if you self denied yourself, because there's an element then that you don't really know who you are. Because and if you knew who you were, you wouldn't feel strong enough to deny yourself. Okay, unexpected windfall lump sum. So, but I do feel like your person is going to um going to be better in like down the road. It's not like they're stuck in this. It's like they're going through a dark night of the soul only so that when they come out, they can get a 10 of pentacles, to be honest with you. Um, they're not happy. They need to break away from the karmic. And then once they do, the 10 of pentacles is there. Um, they and because the 10 of pentacles is not just about money and finances and what we perceive as comfortability, but it's really inherited issues that are broken. So I believe your person was very, very codependent and didn't have a good sense of self. So it was very easy for them to self deny because they were emotionally manipulated. They treated you like how they treated everybody else. And then what wound up happening is they realized who you are. And because they're not very spiritual, they're more mental and logical. And so now they're haunted because of what they feel. This is how they realize that they really do like you. I feel like for a while they're detached and they were like, I'm not really sure. You also see that there's a lot of mirroring going back and forth between you and them. Um, but what's really keeping you guys together is the chemistry. There's a lot of chemistry between you two. But I feel that, and that's why your energy is still attached to them, but you're at the point where you're like, I don't want to be attached to them anymore. Don't want to be attached to them anymore because they continually hurt me, because they continually don't like, they need healing. And this is true. Until they actually heal their wounds, it wouldn't work very well. It's like, and the reason why is because it has nothing to do with want. It has to do with they have wounds, and those wounds play out as behaviorisms that will trigger you, that will continually trigger you, that they're not on the same vibration as you. You would always have to either lower your vibration, and unless they actually worked hard enough to get on up to your vibration, and a lot of times they don't. It's like they can't stay. People on two different vibrations can't stay. You came into this person's life for them to raise their vibration. You came closer than anyone has ever came to them. They know that this connection is important. They also know that they're confronted with making a decision: grow up or get out of the way, somebody else in. And they don't really want to do that. They would like to have their cake and eat it too, which is very common for people that need healing, because they don't really feel that they know how to heal. They're dealing with self doubt. They don't think that they're good enough. They don't believe that they're deserving. This person has been around people that have told them that their whole life, it looks like. And now they're bringing it into this relationship, because this relationship would actually require them to change and do the work. So they're annoyed about it, but they know it's what they need. That's how spiritual healing works. You know what you need, but you don't really want to do it because it causes us to be uncomfortable. No one says, "Yeah, I want to be uncomfortable and I want to see all the negative shit about myself." No one signs up for that. What happens is you get to a place where your person is. They're lonely, they're isolated, they don't like their life, they've made bad decisions, they're haunted. And because of that, they're like, I don't want to be in this space. And then, of course, the passion that they have for you, again, that's is an artificial type of love. I mean, it is a part of love. If it comes with unconditional love, like a soulmate, and then you have that passion on top of it, you got the best type relationship and the best of both worlds, but you can't just have passion. Your person confuses passion for love, but the passion that they have for you is actually what's making them change, is what's actually making them do the work. However, it kind of took so long that you're like, oh, they kind of turned me off now, is what I feel. However, let's see. I long for you day and night. I'm consumed by my desire for you. Our chemistry is amazing. Okay. So again, they're stuck now in obsessive mode where they can't stop thinking about you and the chemistry. But understand it's because that is being lit inside of them in order for them to change, right? The passion, the fire that comes from passion with a soulmate or a past life soulmate will help transmute spiritual wounds. In this case, it's helping them transmute their wounds because they're in a bad situation. They need to break out of that situation. They need to get their own identity. That's terrifying to them. They're walking into the unknown and they're not strong within themselves. If you're strong with yourself, you can walk into the unknown because you know how to go with the flow of life. When you're not secure with yourself, and you go into the unknown, then it's a real problem. This person has a first chakra imbalance, which is not feeling connected to themselves, doesn't feel good about themselves, doesn't really have any direction, has a second chakra imbalance, which is their individuality, their passion. They don't have passion. Their passion is you. So again, that's codependency. You have to have other passions in your life, not a person. When it comes to spirituality, Spirit asks us to have a passion that's not a person. God says, I'm a jealous God, me first. And that's through your unique individuality. That's your passion for life. Your person doesn't have that. That's why they keep getting in bad relationships. That's why they played all these games. That's why they did what they did out of fear. But you're like no one else that they've ever dealt with before. And now they're like realizing I have such feelings, but they also are being triggered by their fear of abandonment. And so they're almost liking you more and they're being really obsessive about it. Going from not thinking about you to not stopping thinking about you. I'm totally heartbroken that we're not together right now. I'm up at night worrying about us and our future. What did I just say? What did I just say? This is exactly like I said. It's like they become obsessive and worried and this and that. They went from one extreme to another. And they really want to work it out. They are going to try and work it out. How are you going to deal with it? I feel like some of you guys are going to be like, take a hike. You did too much. Don't want it. And other you guys are going to say, I feel that way. I want to like say that, but there's also a part of me that has unconditional love for this person. So you're going to be a little stressed out, I'm feeling like, because it's like, can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? Are they going to do the same things that they did to me before? Are they true? How can I prove it? So there's a lot of different things. There's something I am hiding from you. It's again, that would be you. If you get back into the relationship with them, you'd be afraid that they would be hiding something from you, number one. And also, you would be hiding something from them, being like, I'm terrified of this relationship. I'm trying to act like I'm okay with it, but I'm not. So, how the spirit expects us to deal with this situation. Again, for those of you that want to pursue this relationship, for those that don't want to, it's easy. You just don't participate in having a relationship with them. But for those of you that do want a relationship, what is the advice? Because it's difficult when we have a heart and mind. Our heart and mind are fighting with each other. Ugh, it's horrible. We want them, but we also try and talk ourselves out of it, and we can. And it's like makes us not grounded. Inspire. I feel like is all about creating. Like your person admires you because of how you are. You inspire them. So I think it's keep inspiring them by, again, by becoming yourself, by not worrying so much about what they're going to do, what they did in the past, how they're going to do. If you want to be with this person and this person comes back and they apologize, and the only way you're going to be able to really give them a chance, and well, the only way you're going to be able to see whether it works is if you give it a chance. And so the way you would give it a chance is obviously not going balls to the wall 1,000 miles an hour into the relationship. It's to keep doing you, but keep creating, keep inspiring to be the best version of yourself. Because when you do that, you're feeding yourself more energy than you are them. Codependent people ignore their needs. They stop growing themselves. They stop inspiring to grow, to learn, to become where, if you don't, this person is going to follow suit. They think that they could be in this type of relationship because they see that you are always inspiring to be the best version of yourself. So that, and also freedom. Give yourself the freedom. Like, don't be codependent. It's like freedom to, I would like to pursue a relationship with you, but again, not codependent. Inspire and freedom. I like that. And confidence. Because this person, it doesn't have confidence. So they perceive you as being strong. You, again, can still stay strong by being on your path and inspiring to be the best person that you are, by radiating confidence is how you are free from codependency, from falling back into, a narcissist codependent relationship, or being around someone that's only all for themselves. You don't, even if that person was to become very self-absorbed and selfish, it wouldn't bother you because you don't get your emotional fulfillment from them. You get it from yourself. So you still in a safe place. Because unfortunately, this soulmate relationship is still strong. There's a lot of chemistry. It came out like 2 times. Person is can't stop thinking about you. You still have feelings, but you're angry and you don't trust. So you have to come to the conclusion, either you're going to keep this person in your life or you're going to get them out. A lot of you guys are not going to keep them in your life. But for those that do, the answer is, again, inspire to be the best that you could be. Always show that you're confident and you'll be free. Freedom from, the perception that someone can hurt you. No one can hurt you because at any given time, you, again, if you're balanced, your intuition is going to tell you. And when you're not so close up to the picture, you can see the details. You can notice different behaviorisms that are off and catch situations before they actually unfold. Like if someone's off, you would wind up cutting it. Again, you could tell. And again, not getting all your passion and happiness from that one person. If they're just giving you a little bit, you'll still be fine. All right, now let me know whether you resonated. If you did and you want to win a reading with me, again, you need to do those 3 things that I mentioned earlier, which is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word manifestation in your comment bar. And good luck. You'll know if you won, if I wrote the word winner underneath. If I did, just reach out to me at pureenergyhealer70 at gmail.com. I look forward to talking and chatting with you guys and doing another reading for you guys tomorrow. Let's be on then. All right. Bye.